let me love you.
Hey you guys, it's Midnight here, back for another video, and today I want to discuss the show Love in the Air. When clouds in the sky and falling rain tease the two close friends in trouble, rain and sky, it takes them to meet Fayu and Prapai, who are not only cunning saviors, but also guys making storms in the two best friends' hearts. The war of love is about to take place in the warm spring, hot summer, lonely autumn, and cold winter. How would the atmosphere of love be? Which way would their hearts wave and the air full of love take them to? So the first thing I do want to get to into the video is obviously the characters. One thing I will say about all the characters is that they are properly casted, which is really surprising considering that most of the casts are up and coming actors. So it's really interesting to see most of the actors being upcoming actors and whatnot. The first character I would get into is Rain, played by Noelle. And excuse me if I mispronounce names because of course I'm not Thai, so excuse me. So Rain is basically an immature, bratty child. He is someone who always has to have a comeback, and he's very irresponsible, and is a person who doesn't think that he's ever wrong. So a lot of times when he says or does something wrong, he never takes accountability for it. And like I said, always has to have a comeback. One thing I like about Rain's character is that like he looks very innocent, but he's not innocent at all. Like, so that's something that I really like about him. Um and that like he does, like, his character does develop throughout the show. Um so yeah. The next character is Fayu. He's mature, free spirited when it comes to like his career and stuff like that. And he's basically like this also goes with my next point about him being free spirited, especially when it comes to his career. The fact that he's a very no nonsense person, and then him being strict is something like, it's a trait that I guess you would say Rain kind of describes him as being strict. And this goes along with their relationship dynamic, which also Fayu ends up basically describing Rain as being very disobedient. Um so yeah, and one thing that I like about Fayu, like both Fayu and Rain, and pretty much all the characters in the show, is that um they don't have like, there's no dark past, there's no trauma, like they're just normal people. And the fact that neither Rain and Fayu's parents are dead, so that is something that I really like. So they have pretty much like a normal relationship, like and stuff like that. So that's something that I really like. Popeye. Popeye is a character that I haven't, like, I have not seen him much recently in the episode, so I can't really describe him much until like the end of the show. Um but for the most part, the vibe that I get from his character is that he likes a good challenge. Like, that's what I get. He likes a good challenge. He's a challenging person. He loves a good challenge. Sky, which is another character that really isn't seen much within the first half of the episode. Um, but he's basically Sky's best friend, and also Popeye is um Fayu's best friend. And Sky, I would describe him as a tsundere. And for those who may not know what a tsundere is a character with a personality who is initially very harsh before gradually showing a warmer, friendlier side over time. So that is basically Sky, and he's nice. Like, he's an overall nice person, especially towards his friend Rain. Um, Now you have Saifa, who is Fayu's twin brother, and one thing that I can definitely describe him, because also he is not in the show frequently either. Um, he's I would describe him as very sarcastic and humorous. Um, because he adds like comical relief throughout the show, and it's really funny, especially his interaction with his brother, since obviously clearly like Pipayu is the oldest. He's the older brother, and Saifa is the younger brother. And so their relationship is very interesting. And also I like the fact that Saifa, he also basically gives out information about his brother to Rain. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much the characters. Um, then going into the plot, the first thing I really like about the plot is, of course, none other than the NC scenes. Um, I would definitely have to say that the NC scenes definitely tops Ken Porsche's NC scenes. I love the dirty talk that they give, like, love it. Um, I just love everything about it. I like how it's not overly done. It's just perfect. The second thing that I do like is the solid storyline. Um, there's no plot twist, there's no misunderstandings. The plot doesn't drag. Um, there's nothing like the plot is not complex. Like, this is a great show if you're just like, if you don't want to like think too much about the plot. This is one of those shows. And also, I like the fact that this show doesn't take itself serious at all. Like, it's not supposed to be serious. So I like shows that knows what they are. Um, and then the third thing is that it's good pacing. Like I said, it doesn't drag and whatnot. Now, the last thing about the plot that I do want to talk about is Fayu and Rain's relationship. I love their relationship, especially like their relationship dynamic, how they have somewhat of a, I guess you would say, like, um, I don't really know how to describe it, but I would definitely say that, like, Fayu, I mean, not Fayu, but Rain, he enjoys compliments. He loves getting complimented. Um, and he even likes it when Fayu pats him on the head. And even the fact that, like, there's this, like, weird, um, thing about, like their dialogue, how, like, they use the word punishment and reward. Like, Fayu always talks about rewarding Rain and punishing him if he does something obviously bad, and whatnot. And then, of course, Fayu, on the other hand, he enjoys um just knowing that he can, like, straighten out Rain, because, of course, at first Rain is very disobedient. And just to say this, like, for me personally, I feel like when it comes to the relationship, sometimes their relationship does come off, like, Fayu comes off as more of a parental figure to Rain sometimes, which is a good thing. Um, which will go into, like, my next point. But, like, I just love the use of the word, like, disobedient, punishing, like, discipline and all of that stuff, which are words that parents use. Um, so yeah, and going into my next point, is that I like the fact that, like, they're not just boyfriends. They're not just boyfriends. Um, I like the fact that Fayu, because he's very mature and very strict, I like how he is honest with Rain and telling him that he needs to get his crap together, and that, obviously they need to put their relationship on the back burner. you know, and stuff like that. So I really like that. I like how he's very honest and straight up with Rain, and can also like comfort him when he needs to be comfort, but also not coddle him and sugarcoat things. So I love their relationship. Um Now, going into my criticisms about the show, my first criticism is Pun's character. I really do not like her character and the way that she's being used. Um for right now. She's basically a plot device for the fact that Rain had a crush on her, and later on he realizes that she actually has a crush on Fayu, which Fayu is he's very popular within his college, considering that he also went to the same college. Um and then also he's also very popular with his coworkers. So he's a very popular person and everybody is thirsty over him pretty much. And so basically Pun is the reason why Rain decides to pursue Fayu in order to show her that he is actually a bad person. Um so yeah. But like I said, I don't like the way her character is being used. I feel like she has appeared, like they made her appear a lot. And the fact that like she comes off like she doesn't even really care about Rain. Uh, um like she comes off as if she doesn't really care about him and is pretty much an opportunist. So yeah, especially when she figures out that he is very close to Fayu. The second issue that I have is the editing. In the first half of the show, like not the first half, but maybe the first couple episodes, the editing was really terrible. Like very terrible. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. My third issue is the romanticization of the first time. Now, in the novel, I wish that they like first of all, I wish that they had stuck to Rain's first time, how it was depicted in the novel. I wish that like I felt like it would have been more interesting, because my thing is like not everybody's first time is one good, and two, um it hurted. It really hurted. So I thought that it would have been interesting if his first time was how it was depicted in the novel. I just felt like it would have been interesting. But like I said, not everybody's first time is good, and not everybody's first time is pleasurable, if that makes sense. Considering that Rain is a virgin. So, yeah. Um the second to last thing is Fayu's jealousy, which is also depicted in the novel. And I hope that they include that scene because it really would make sense. And this goes back to me saying about Pun's character. So I definitely want to see that scene if they put it in there. Hopefully. Now, the last criticism that I have for this show is that it is rushed. I just felt like honestly the show could have been longer than 13 episodes. Could have been longer. But it's not. And I just wish that we could have seen more of Rain and Fayu get to know each other more before they became official. So, yeah. So those are my only criticisms for the show. But overall, in conclusions, I do feel like this show is really good and that everybody should pretty much give it a try for the most part. So, yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please do subscribe and please hit that bell notification for more uploads from me. Bye.